On this Wednesday night, the consequences of a COVID explosion.
The Omicron variant is causing skyrocketing rates of COVID-19 infections in countries around the world. French authorities reported more than
We are approaching a breaking point in terms of our healthcare capacity.
Provinces on the brink consider drastic measures to prevent their healthcare systems from collapsing.
The ability to convince people to have a vaccine is a challenge, and what we need is to be able to explain to people in very simple terms, which is meaningful to them and their family and friends, why it's important for them to have the vaccine. But that message needs to be given by people that they trust. That I've been studying pathogen genomics or sequencing of pathogens for the last decade. I've been particularly interested to understand and work out how pathogens evolve over time through mutations or typos in the genome, and how you can use that information to track pathogens in time and space, for example in a healthcare setting, in a country, or across the world.
We were competing against a virus, so we weren't competing against one another to make the best vaccine or to find the first answer. We were actually competing against a virus that was killing people. If you have a common problem, so for example the pandemic, all of our people were being impacted by this pandemic. It was a virus that we didn't understand, and it was our scientists internationally who collaborated, worked together, shared their knowledge and their information across their international networks that actually helped us to begin to understand the virus and be able to tackle it. The UK government has decided that the goal is really for the UK to become a global science superpower by 2030. And what that really means is to be a force for good in the world, to help to unify countries, to try to help us to work together so that not only can we use science for good, but we can also make sure that we have the right regulatory standards and norms of behaviour so science isn't used for ill.
So science literacy is very important, and empowering people to understand the rigor of science, the science methods, so that they can make the decisions for themselves. What is rigorous, what is fake, what is verifiable is extremely important.
The UK and Canada have collaborated very effectively over the pandemic. In April 2020, Genome Canada launched CancerGen, which is a sequencing network for both SARS-CoV-2 and also for human genomes. They, like the UK, were interested in tracking the SARS-CoV-2 virus using mutations to track their spread and evolution. We were setting up similar setups around the same time, and so we shared knowledge and information, and we shared data. I have great hope for the future. I think science and diplomacy are part of the solution to the problems that we're facing. But my biggest hope is in the younger generation, those people with enthusiasm and the ability to learn and to overcome the problems that we haven't yet solved.